everyone, so Passion has been released, and let me just say, this episode was probably my favorite out of Season 5 so far. Now, not only was I correct about my theory about the love square reversing and what that means for potentially the reveal, if you haven't seen my video on that, definitely go check it out, but there was just so much to unpack in this episode. Like, maybe the fact that Gabriel is actually trying to be a better father. In the promos, I thought that that wasn't real, but it looks like he is. And then Gabriel is saying that Natalie, Adrian, and himself are all a part of a family, and Natalie is still wearing his ring from like the season 4 finale. So Adrian thinks something is going on behind the scenes, whether or not Gabriel is intending for this to happen to make Adrian feel happier, like, oh, it's a sense of family. I don't know, but that could potentially be an option. They didn't really touch on it, they just sort of like hinted at it. Now, one of the biggest things that we learned in this episode is Gabriel is actually dying. Now, he was cataclysmed, but he was transformed, so I thought that he was going to be fine from it, but it turns out it's slowly decaying his body away, which is absolutely insane. And because this is 100% irreversible, he is literally going to die, or at least be in such a critical condition that he can no longer be himself. So it's no wonder he is retiring at the end of this season. So this is just a huge, crazy revelation. Now, another really interesting we learned in this episode is that Natalie, Gabriel, and Emily all three joined a group, I guess, or created a group to search for the Miraculous, which I find so interesting. And we just saw a lot of like good old images, and it was so nice to see. Now, on top of that, we also saw one of the recordings that Emily left for Natalie, and it looks like she left recordings for both Gabriel and Natalie, although Gabriel didn't want to see them because they were just too hard for him to accept. And in that recording, it was shown that Emily does not want Gabriel to hunt for the Miraculous anymore. Now, we don't know why they were originally hunting for the Miraculous in the first place, but I think it's safe to assume we will find that out later on in this season. Now, another really interesting thing is Natalie is officially going against Gabriel, more in secret. Her whole idea with this episode and her akumatization was she's going to get the Miraculous and then, I guess, recreate the world before Gabriel does. And it sounds like she's actively going to work against him because she's just had enough at this point. And she really just wants to care for Adrian, like that's the only reason why she is still living there and working for Gabriel, is for Adrian. Now, a cool fact about the rings is it can only transfer 6 powers at a time, which I don't know why it's that number, like it must be some sort of technical thing, but any person who gets a power transferred throughout the rings can only use up to 6 powers, so I think that's interesting. And finally, to end off this video, I just want to take a second to appreciate all of the great interactions between Mr. Bug and Lady Noir. I'm so excited to see more interactions with them because it's just brand new territory. It's excited seeing the roles flipped. So yeah, I'm excited to see more coming forward. Now that's gonna be it for this video. Keep in mind that Reunion is just a few hours away, so make sure you go check that out once it's out. And of course, I will make a video on it as soon as it comes out, or as soon as I'm able to make a video on it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.